All right. I still see some people popping in, but it is 2:02, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Thank you so much, everybody, for taking time to join us on this live Zoom webinar, or for those of you joining us on Facebook, thank you for watching. What I'm going to be covering in today's webinar is Delta Media Group's career and recruiting websites for real estate brokerages. There's a lot of really fun information that I'll be able to cover. A lot of companies don't realize that we provide services outside of just traditional residential real estate websites. And we've been doing a pretty high volume of career sites over the last 2 years. And I'm excited to share some of the designs and some of the things that our clients are using our tools to help them with their recruiting strategies. And just to get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way first, those of you that are joining us on Zoom, you will have access to a Q&A panel. We recommend that instead of trying to use chat to message us, just put any questions you may have in the Q&A as I go throughout the meeting. And then at the end of the webinar, I will look through the Q&A and answer any questions that have come in throughout the presentation. So again, I probably won't be checking chat, just put those in the Q&A. Or if you have questions, you can always email us afterwards. So again, this is being recorded. We'll send out the recording to everybody that joined us today. And thank you again for being here. So today's topics are going to be covering career and recruiting websites. We also have options for custom career pages for those of you that are already Delta Media Group clients. If you don't want to do a full-blown website, we have options to do custom career pages. Some recommendations and tips on how to market your recruiting website, either strategies that you can do on your own, or we have dedicated marketing services to assist in getting your career site marketed. We also have tools inside of the DeltaNet that can help you with recruiting strategies and efforts, and I'll cover some of those. And then we'll also cover pricing at the end of this meeting. So with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into what I have prepared to share today from a website perspective. Keep in mind, we are live streaming this, so any of the sites where you see video backgrounds, things may look a little bit choppy, but in the follow-up email, I'll share the URLs to some of these dedicated career sites to give you an idea on what our clients are doing and how they actually look on desktop and on mobile. So this first career site I'm showing you is one of our recent designs, and it is joinladderandbloom.com. And this was a custom career site that we put together in partnership with Ladder & Bloom, which I'll do a little plug here and say, be on the lookout for those of you that are clients or have been getting our real estate marketing and technology magazines. The July issue is hitting office doors today, and Ladder & Bloom is our cover story with their president and CEO, Lacey Conway, on the cover. They're a fantastic brokerage, and I definitely recommend reading through that story that we've shared with them in our magazine. So this is a design where there's a ton of interactivity throughout their career site, where you can find information about who they are as a company, what they offer. There's built-in animations on their homepage. So as you scroll down, you're going to see different animations and title cards playing where it's drawing your eyes to specific elements of the site. Those animations are called jQuery animations, and they play not only just on desktop, but they also play on mobile devices. And with how we've built our sites, they don't impact your site performance. So you're able to build really nice high quality animations into the site without worrying about impacting your performance. Something that you're going to see a lot through Ladder & Bloom's career site as I share it is that they've got a lot of video testimonials splooshed throughout the page. So I see video testimonials on their homepage. There's video testimonials on their technology pages, on their office manager pages, where they just sat down and filmed quick 2-minute videos with their agents. You can even use an iPhone if you've got a stabilizer or something you can set it on, where you can just record really brief video testimonials that go a long way where agents can hear the culture of your company through agents that are already working there. So for this particular career site, there is essentially 10 pages on the entire design. And each of these pages has different information that you can access about Ladder & Bloom's culture, company, and technology tools. So if I click that menu button, it's going to pop out. These are the 10 pages throughout the site. And so maybe if I want to learn about their culture, I'm taken to a dedicated page where there's all sorts of information about the culture of Ladder & Bloom. And again, we've got animations that play throughout the interior of the website. So why are they a leading expert in their market? Video testimonials, contact forms on every page. So if you're an agent that's looking at this career site and wanting to learn more about the company, you're able to see all the different offerings that they have. And if anything does catch your interest, you're able to quickly fill out a contact form right through this site. With how we set up our career sites, there's essentially 2 different avenues you can take. So if you are an existing Delta Media Group client, there's a really nice benefit that we offer if we're doing your residential website. Any secondary websites that Delta clients do with us have no additional ongoing monthly fees. So if you wanted to do a career and recruitment website, it's only the cost to build that site. It's a one-time setup fee. There's no additional ongoing fees for the career site if you're already an existing Delta Media Group client. If you are looking at building a site and having it managed, in addition to what we're already doing from the residential perspective, you can manage all of the pages of your career website through the same intranet and admin panel that you're already managing your residential website. So you can have multiple websites hosted with Delta, still using the same single company backend and intranet. And on this career site, for example, where you're seeing these contact forms, there are basically, this is treated as a sub-site or a virtual office in our system, where you can have a lead admin that's set up to get all of the leads that are being sent through the contact forms on the recruiting website. So they'll still funnel through into your system, into the DeltaNet as if it was a lead, but it's going to automatically be assigned to whoever's responsible for recruiting inside of your CRM. So you'll still be able to have tracking on the website. You can see its traffic, the number of leads that are coming through the site, their origination referral source. All of that is still trackable. And there is, of course, lead performance reports you can run if you're a broker owner and you want to make sure your recruiting manager is responding to these inbound leads that are possible agent recruits. There is in-depth accountability tracking in place there to make sure they're getting handled on time. So we treat these recruiting leads the same way we would treat a lead coming into one of your agents that might be interested in property. It's all tracked in the same backend system. You don't have to worry about multiple logins. You can manage multiple websites through the same DeltaNet admin panel. And so I'm just going to go through a couple more pages here. One of the nice pages I really liked that Ladder & Bloom had done on their career site was highlighting the managers for each of their offices. They are the number 24 ranked brokerage by the Real Trends 2019 report. And so they have a huge, expansive amount of offices throughout the Gulf South. And I can see on their career website all of the managers in each of the offices that they have with dedicated contact forms for each of those managers. So if you were looking to work at a particular office, you can quickly see who you would need to contact if you wanted to have them hold your license. So this is just one example. Another one of our newer websites from a career perspective is Home Sale Careers. And this is a site that is for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Home Sale Realty, which is the number 2 Berkshire Hathaway firm by sales volume as of the 2019 Real Trends report. So there are about 1,400 agents throughout Pennsylvania and Maryland. And I can see immediately when I hit their website, there's 3 paths that I could take as an agent looking to work with home sale. I could get licensed and find information and content relevant to getting licensed. I could say I'm a newly licensed agent, so there's content and a career path for me here, or I'm already an experienced agent. And there's basically 3 different workflows that you can see from these buttons above the fold, as well as in the navigation. I can clearly see that they've got information about how to get licensed, career assessments, tools. If I'm already experienced, I can see there's different tools and support for me, coaching and training offerings. And as I scroll down their homepage, you'll see accolades for their company. Again, video testimonials I think are very important. A lot of our brokerages that have had solid growth from an agent career perspective have a lot of video testimonials integrated throughout their designs. And these don't need to be high quality commercial produced videos. It can be something as simple as just video shot in your office, getting your agents to talk about what it's like to work for your company. And you'll see here testimonials from the agents working here right on the homepage. Something else that we can support is integrating live chat. So you can integrate live chat services on these websites. So if an agent does have questions about potentially working with you, they can interact with you directly from the website. And one of the really nice things for those of you not looking to have an extra add-on expense for a chat feature is this does support integrating Facebook Messenger widgets right on the website. So if you know you have a recruiting manager or you have somebody on your social media team that manages your company's business Facebook page, you can have messages coming directly to that person on Facebook when users are on your career site. So you can have that interaction directly through Facebook, which could be nice too, because if you have potential agents looking to work with you, that gives you an idea. You could go vet their Facebook page, make sure they're going to be a good culture fit before you maybe give them the opportunity to work with you. So if I click through any of these experiences, maybe I'm an experienced agent, and I click on the experienced agent button, it takes me to a dedicated landing page where I can see information that's going to be relevant to me, as well as a dedicated contact form where I can fill out my first name, last name, am I already licensed, what city or state do I want to work in. So you can build custom contact forms to gather information about the potential recruits that you have, and that can have them automatically filtered and dropped into different follow-up campaigns based off of how they answer those questions. So again, you'll be able to see linked off of Home Sale's website. They're advertising all of their different office locations. I can get information about each of these offices. I can see information about their values, success stories, and again, contact information. So if I am serious about joining their company, there's dedicated contact forms where I can become a lead in the system and follow up. One thing I'll mention about marketing on these websites is that Home Sale is a company that's leveraging a partnership with Delta, where we're helping them with a budget and a strategy to drive traffic to these sites through pay-per-click and dedicated traditional pay-per-click management strategies on Google. So you do have keywords and there's advertising that you can be doing once you have your website up and running, where you have a dedicated budget where you know you're going to be advertising specific phrases and keywords for hiring or careers in your particular markets where you're focused on growing. So you can either leverage Delta and have us establish those campaigns and manage those budgets for you, or we can give you recommendations and best practices on how to do it yourself if you don't have a need or a desire to have us manage that strategy on your behalf. Here's another great career site. This is Coach Realtors. They are 700 agents throughout New York. They're mostly on Long Island. And so this is showcasing, they have a lot of lifestyle photography. So their strategy was, let's focus on what does it look like from a culture standpoint to work with Coach. So as I scroll down this page, you're gonna see information about Coach Realtors, immediately testimonials about agents that work with them, affiliations that they have inside of the real estate industry, and then a bunch of lifestyle photos. So these are pictures that were taken, obviously pre-COVID, but showcase a lot of what it was like to work for Coach, work for a glitzy New York company. And I think these do a great job of illustrating what it's like on those events or those special holidays that happen at their firm. And these are things that you guys could be updating seasonally or as you do your events or every year. When a site is built from Delta, you still have access to control the content, the navigation, the pictures. So you could be coming in here and updating these pictures maybe every quarter or a couple of times a year to keep it up to date with the new lifestyle happenings and events that are happening at your firm. Again, highlighting office locations is important. It'll show agents where you guys have a presence physically, where they know where their new office may be. And they also went the route of having a path for new agents, experienced agents, resources, their culture, getting licensed, and then joining them. And just a couple more sites I want to show you of a full-fledged recruiting site. This is Napier ERA, and they went for a little bit more of an edgier design, where again, you're seeing this common theme of we want to be able to target new agents and experienced agents, clearly offering above the fold a path to do either of those things. And then as I scroll down, you're going to see they have these slices throughout their design to really break up the pages to make it look like a new modern luxury kind of design. And you can see they're the #1 ERA in Virginia. These are the homes that they've sold in the last year. And here are success stories, really highlighting imagery and putting their agents out there to tell their stories for them. And you'll see there's a link where I can read even more testimonials from agents that work at their company. So again, making sure it's clearly shown in the above the fold with buttons, as well as in the navigation, that there is a path for new agents, experienced agent, and having differentiated content for things that are relevant to each of those two types of personas is really important to showcase that you do care about the different types of agents looking to potentially work with your company. And so you'll see with Napier, I can click into business plan, for example, and see information about what it's like. And here's a different contact form where I could fill out my information because they're collecting different information about people filling out these contact forms where they actually want to know what is your desired take-home revenue? What is your average sales price if you're already a licensed realtor? So you can collect additional data. So when these leads come into your recruiting managers, you guys already know what's important to you when you're looking to recruit new agents. So you can be gathering that information as they fill out the contact forms. Here's another. This is Avery Hess's career website. They are a 200 agent firm throughout Washington, D.C. and Alexandria, Virginia. And so I could see on their dedicated website, they're showcasing information about commissions. They've got all of this information laid out in this nice grid format where if I was on mobile, I'd just be scrolling through and see each of the information and these things that they're offering if I were to work with their company. So you'll see, again, videos integrated right on the site, multiple different video testimonials about what it's like to work there, classes and events that they've got scheduled, and office locations. So I think it's really important. There's these same kind of reoccurring themes that you see, which you can have unique content built out, where most of our custom career sites have anywhere between 5 to 10 custom pages of content. And you'll really want to work with our team or your internal marketing and recruiting team to figure out what it is that it differentiates you from your competitors, because a lot of these career sites are built and structured relatively similarly. So being able to get out your unique value proposition is really important. And so taking the time and care to think through what those things mean will go a long way for your firm. So let's talk about if you don't want to do a full-fledged website. You don't want to do manage a new domain. You don't want to have multiple pages of content you're going to be updating. If you are an existing Delta Media Group client, there is a path where you're able to do a custom page that is going to be filled with information related to working for your company, but it's still going to be housed on the same primary domain you already use for your residential business. So maybe you're using, in this case, Skogman Realty is a 200 agent firm throughout Iowa. That's a great leading RE company. And they don't do a full-fledged career website. They just have a nice custom built out career page. So I can see information about why working with Skogman. And as you highlight over different elements of this page, you get that pop-up giving you information about what it's like to work with them. I could see information about, they want to take a personality profile of the agents. They have a career simulator built in about what it's like in your day-to-day business, information about their education, and then frequently asked questions. So they have content built out that if I'm interested in something in particular, I can break that down, read more information about it. And there's a contact form here where even though it's just a custom page, we could still be gathering that lead information and sending it to a particular user that is in charge of recruiting. So these forms can be hooked up to go to a particular email address. So you know that it's not just going to be handled by an agent because it came into our lead system. There is different tracking in place where you guys are going to be able to break out what's actually being generated by your career site or the career pages. And then the last one I'm going to show you for a custom page is Iron Valley Real Estate. So this is a company that's been growing very, very quickly, and they have a dedicated custom career page on their website. So again, instead of doing that full-fledged career site, they just had us build a custom page where I can see information about their company, what is their unique value proposition. There's call to actions throughout every section of this page. So if I click on this, it gives me the pop-up. I can fill out that form. It's going to send it into their lead admin. They're outlining immediately on this custom page their commission plans. So I can see they have 3 different offerings. I can find the one that's interesting to me. They explain, this is why they show their commission plans, what they provide. There's custom jQuery animations on this internal page. So I can see all the things that they're providing, video testimonials, and again, a big contact form here at the bottom. So we can import those animations, those different elements of the page. You don't have to have a full site if you don't think it's appropriate. If you'd rather just have a custom page, we can certainly accommodate. And I'll talk to you what those price differentials look like in just a moment. So next, what I want to show is essentially some of the tools that are built into the DeltaNet from a career and recruiting standpoint that you'd be able to leverage if you were using Delta to host your career site, or if you were adding a custom career page onto your existing residential website. So again, the leads are going to come into the lead platform like normal, but one thing you'll be able to track is the request source and the referral source are going to be looking different. So you'll still see the name of the customer or the name of the agent, the date they requested the lead or additional information, how long they've been waiting for a response, which type of request is it, its source, and referral source. So in this instance, I'd be able to see that the referral source was my career website custom page or my career website domain. So you're going to be able to track it immediately based on the referral source. And through that is how we're going to automatically assign it to the appropriate lead admin. So you'll be setting that up inside of your lead settings. We don't have to get into the technical elements of that. Just know there is a dedicated way to break out those leads and have those managed and tracked. Now, something that you may or may not know is that on the admin side of the DeltaNet, there is some level of email reporting, email tools, and e-card and flyer functionality built in. So let's say I have a group of agents that I'm prospecting. I would like to recruit them. There's actually a dedicated e-card and flyer system on the admin side of the DeltaNet where you guys can be building out flyers and e-cards to be using to advertise out either to agents inside of your company or to prospects. So if you want to be sharing information about new agents that have joined your company, we have a dedicated template in here where I could come into my e-card and flyer system on the admin panel. I could say, these are the agents that were hired that work with us now. So we'll just hit the plus button and it's going to add their contact information. And so we could say, these are the agents that are now working with us. And this can be set up to run manually. I can customize the photo that's going to be showing here. I can change the background image, but there is dedicated flyers and e-cards where you can add this information and then be sending that out to potential prospective agents that are either already in your CRM because they filled out a form on your career website, or you have a group of email addresses that you're already marketing to because you know they're agents that work in your market and you're looking to target and recruit them. So there is access to e-cards and flyers, and our team can also add custom e-cards and flyers for you. So if you want us to create a custom one, we have the capability of doing that. Or you can just check through some of the ones that are already active in the system for everybody. So here's a different e-card template where you could come in here, you could select a particular office you want to use to be advertising. So maybe we'll say the Hills and Dales office. You could change the background colors, the primary colors. So you can change the color scheme that's on this e-card. You could change out the picture and upload a custom background image. You could change out the logo or what the call to actions are on this e-card. So these are customizable and you are able to use them from a recruiting standpoint. You also have access to do the same thing. You can build email blasts and send mass emails. So if you have a list of email addresses or a target group of agents that you're looking to prospect, you can use our tools inside of the DeltaNet with email blasts and e-cards and flyers and even the drip campaigns where you can have prospective agents in a recruiting strategy where you're using tools that your agents are using to prospect new business for buying and selling homes. You can be using those same tools on the admin side for your recruiting efforts. So talking a little bit about the pricing. So if you are interested in doing a dedicated career site or a custom career page with Delta, these are the two options that are available. So custom career websites typically start between $5,000 and $7,500 for a one-time setup fee. So that is the setup fee to build the site, work with one of our designers. That's going to be a custom homepage and typically anywhere between 4 to 6 custom interior pages on that site. So information about your culture, custom technology pages, commission plans, whatever it is you want to build out. This is a custom built from scratch career site. So these aren't like our residential designs where we can take an existing module or template and then get something spun up pretty quickly. These career sites are built with care so that we're making something really unique for your brand. So it's not just an out-of-the-box solution. This is a custom site. So anywhere between $500 to $7,500 for that one-time setup fee. For existing Delta Media Group clients, there's no additional ongoing fees after we build that site. So that's just going to be lumped into your existing DeltaNet and you can manage it all inside of the same intranet. But if you're not a Delta client and you like some of the career sites that you saw on the call today, or you're interested in starting a relationship from a career perspective with us, it's a monthly $119 a month hosting fee for the career site. So that $119 a month after we build the site is going to give you access to the DeltaNet that I had showcased a little bit on the call today, where you'll be able to set up your lead admin, respond to the requests that come in through that career site. You're going to get access to the email marketing tools to be prospecting agents. That's all built in for that $119 a month. And that would be giving up to 4 users access into the system from a career and recruiting perspective. So that would get you that entry level DeltaNet access plus the career site being hosted at $119 a month. If you're looking just to do a custom career page and you don't want to do a full-blown website, typically a custom career page is anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. It just depends on what elements and how fancy you want to get with the animations or new custom modules we need to develop. And that would just be the one-time setup fee as well. So if you already have a residential website with Delta and you want to add a unique career page to that site, we're able to do that for anywhere between $1,000 to $2,000. You would either contact myself or a member of our sales or technical support team, and we'll scope out what needs to be done for that project. So it's a really straightforward process of building those career sites. And we do have abilities if you guys want to have a call and talk through specifics. These numbers are, again, estimates, so there is some flexibility based off of what you're looking to do. So that being said, I'm going to take a look at questions. So if anybody has any questions from a Q&A perspective, I'm going to take a second here, read through the chat and see if there's any questions that I'm able to answer that came in through the call. Okay, so one question is, how long does it typically take to build a career site? So if you're interested in getting a career site up and running with Delta, that timeline is typically the same as our modular designs, where it can be anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks to get a custom site up and running. So I'd be scoping out the design, working with the team. You'll have a project manager that will meet with you and stay on top of what's going on with the project. And if you're looking to get something built for a custom page, you're probably looking at around 3 to 4 weeks. So that one pager would be a couple-week project. And then if you're doing a full-blown site, typically 4 to 6 weeks. Also, what I'll add is if you're looking to do marketing to your career websites, typically a healthy budget to put in as a minimum of trying to market your career and recruiting websites from a Google AdWords perspective, you want to have at least $1,000 be putting into that every month, kind of as a bare minimum starting point. What we've seen from our clients using the pay-per-click strategy is you're typically going to be getting anywhere between 6 to 8 leads on your career and recruiting website each month from that type of budget. So these are much more expensive finding qualified agent recruiting leads compared to what you're going to be spending on somebody looking for buyer or seller leads. But they are more qualified because that traffic hits your site. They voluntarily fill out those contact forms. And then it's up to your recruiting team to close the deal on those. But our recommendation would be at least $1,000 budget to put into the pay-per-click advertising to market that specific site. And another question that I saw come in was, if you're doing a custom career page on your existing residential website, can you do a custom domain on that? And the answer would be yes. You can put a unique domain on an interior page of your website. So even if you didn't want to do, like we have Join Ladder on Bloom.com, which is a full-fledged website, if they had decided just to do the custom career page, we could have still put that URL on the page. So you'd still be able to use that for marketing and send people directly to that interior custom page. Let's see. Are recruiting leads counted? So here's a question. Are recruiting leads counted differently from customer leads in reports? That's why we haven't started using the DeltaNet for recruiting. I don't want to skew our lead analytics. So the answer is that just depends on how you have those reports set up. We can format and pull those out of the reports. So if you were to run a general lead report, we do have the ability of segmenting out the leads that had come in from the dedicated career website. That's something that I know we've also worked through for brokerages that are using us for commercial websites, is there is dedicated workarounds or reports where if you have a residential and a commercial website, both being hosted by Delta, we're able to segment those lead reports out. So yes, we are able to do that. Or if you wanted to get a general total, you can do that as well. It's just in the configuration of certain reports, which our technical support team would be able to help you format that so you're not skewing your residential lead analytics because of the career and recruiting leads that are coming in. Good question. All right, I'll just leave it open here for another 20 seconds if there's any other questions. Otherwise, I want to thank everybody for taking the time to join us today. If you're interested in getting a career and recruiting website put together with Delta, you can contact me directly. My email address is sales@deltagroup.com, or you can go to our website and fill out any of the contact forms and I'll be able to circle back with you. Or you can always message us directly through Facebook and we'll be able to get a consultation set up to evaluate doing a career website for you. Thank you again, everybody, for your time. This has been recorded and we'll send out the follow-up recording to everybody that registered. Looking forward to having another webinar with you guys in a couple weeks. Bye.